What's up, this is Nak3d Eli, the mostly unclothed gamer, coming at you with our Halo 4 Legendary Speedrun Guides, kicking it off with Dawn, the very first mission in Halo 4. Wanted to make a few quick mentions before we get into the details of the run. First, this run was performed by Mr. Pro Ace Joker, who's the current world record holder of the Halo 4 full game. He's largely considered to be the best Halo 4 speedrunner on the planet. I'm pretty sure he's completed the game over 500 times front to back on Legendary, so he was so gracious, willing to offer me his speedruns that are at or near world record pace so that you guys can see the absolute fastest methods for getting through every single mission. Now you might ask, why are we seeing more Halo 4 Legendary guides when you actually uploaded a series for all these missions over 2 years ago? And the answer is very simple. The speedrunning community has come a very, very long way in Halo 4. My guides came out the day of launch since I had a pre-release copy, and so the only tricks that I had performed in those runs were the ones that I found in the week or two that I was playing the game. But now we've have all these trickers who found all these out-of-map glitches and ways to bypass enemies and ways to optimize killing enemies. So these guides will basically make the game infinitely easier for you. Starting out, Dawn is very straightforward. You're going to kill that elite with a back smack and then headshot all of these grunts. There's always 3 on the right and 5 on the left, so I tend to also start on the right and then switch to the left. Sometimes the last grunt is like running around somewhere in the bottom middle. Here we see Joker jumps up on the box, which is what you want to do to get up here so you can press the button in time, and he's chilling around inside a dead elite's corpse. Now we want to come down, grab a plasma pistol, and then right here there's pistol ammo in that middle box. And then this is a new method for clearing this room. You'll notice that there are 4 frag grenades right here, as Joker actually showed us with a little visual. And so we're basically going to stand on this box and just chuck grenades at this ship. It's a foolproof way for killing every single enemy that's going to come out of here. We're going to throw 5 grenades to the left, save 1, and then throw that last one to the right. So you come here, chuck it at those other grunts, and then headshot this elite. And then just as the grunts freak out, try and get those crispy headshots. The faster you do it, the faster your run's gonna go. Once you kill all the enemies, that cues a trigger for dialogue. Take the time to find a new plasma pistol because you need the dialogue activated before we can get in this elevator. If you leave that other room too early, you won't get the Cortana Chief dialogue, and then you will not be able to open the elevator. So basically just hang out until you hear talking, and then you can move towards the elevator. I also want to mention a new trick. I don't know if it's really a trick. I guess it is. As you're sprinting, normally you have a meter that runs out, right? So you're like sprint, 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 and then you're forced to stop. So what people realize is that if you jump and melee, then the melee actually resets your sprint timer, so you can get infinite sprint by jumping up and punching the air every 4 steps or so. So you'll see Joker doing that in pretty much every single run. These are really tight corridors where it doesn't have much impact. I should mention that right there you want to just run through that area. Sometimes the elite will chase you, that's like worst case scenario, but usually what Joker's doing here is actually very reliable, as crazy as it looks. The strategies for this mission work really well for both IL and full game. In this room, you want to take out the elite and 2 grunts by killing 3 enemies. That opens up the door. Sprint right on past, headshot this jackal. Now this part's kind of tricky to do as quickly as this. Normally I like to take out that second elite on the right, but since he was going for the world record in this run, he just went on through. This elite's usually glitched and doesn't punch back at you, so you can just punch him, try and get him in the back, and then pick up his concussion rifle as we move forward. Now this room coming up, you'll remember in my first guide I actually showed you a way to jump up the back side so that you didn't have to fight all these enemies, or at least it's been so long, I'm pretty sure that's what it showed. So here you'll see this little trick that we call muscle running, that's coined by Joker himself, where you run, 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 and then every single time the gun oscillates back and forth, that's when you count that to like 4, and that's when you jump. Now here you want to just look down and then shoot that 3 times straight. I should also mention that you can get sniped on the way over there. So if you want to go around this little crate that's right there to Joker's right to hit those pipes, that's totally fine. But more often than not, you'll be able to make it through there safely. And of course, you want full shields before you do the concussion jump trick. It's the fastest way to get up there, and honestly, it's really easy to pull off. You do literally just look straight down towards the pipe as you're wedged in between both of them, and you just jump and then press trigger, 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 and that will land you on top of the pipe. The timing is really important. You have to beeline it for those pipes. If you wait too long, then the elites on the top that spawned along with the jackals will kill you, since you land up there with no shields. So as you're watching speedruns, don't think that you can, it's very true that watching speedruns is sometimes deceitful or deceptive rather, that's a word, because you don't really recognize what can go wrong in a successful speedrun. So in my commentaries, I try to point out alternative scenarios and explain the circumstances surrounding these actions so that it actually makes sense, and when you try to do it, you can actually pull it off. So yeah, basically the timing's important. Sprint straight to those pillars, and then just head on up as fast as you can before the elite walks on over and then kills you. And then you just press the button and you can run on down across the way. It might look crazy, but it's very, very safe, very reliable. You die a very small percent of the time. Now here we are going to just sprint, follow this path along the way, and Joker's showing you where you can punch the air. He's like routed out the game to see where the perfect places are to punch everything. The routing here could have been, he told me, just slightly better. He could have probably gotten an 802, maybe even 801. I would love to see this mission become a sub 8. It might be possible, like doing some crazy concussion tricks. So if you guys enjoyed the speedrun, maybe you could give it an attempt yourself and try to get a sub 8 Dawn, which has never been done before. This run clocking in, as you'll see after this cutscene, at an 8:03. Notice that I also started the run at 47 seconds, which you can see on the timer on the bottom right, because I didn't want you to have to sit through 47 seconds of Chief sitting in a box. So that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the speedruns. I'll catch you next time on Requiem, where we'll have another super duper fast, possibly world record run. Alright homies, I'll catch you then. Peace.